We are now going to talk about a political prisoner akin to Nelson Mandela, but for the whites. Okay. Just as important, just as powerful, just as
so sorry.
has that same moral conviction, being falsely put through the ringer. I would say he has a hush money trial going on right now, and ruthless DA, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, is coming after him because they're actually coming after American patriots who also have had, who have also run for president and have tried to hide that they paid hush money to porn stars when they were running for election.
Do y'all care about this trial? Because I have wanted to understand how people feel about this. Like, do you care? Do you think what happens in this trial matters?
I'm actually interested to hear what he says.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think it's just, gumming up the works, basically. It's just like annoying him, so I like it. I think it's funny. Hopefully there's some drama. The trial is ultimately meaningless.
Okay, good.
The punishments are also going to be meaningless.
Good, as long as we know.
We keep talking about Hamas when this is the real hostage. Exactly. Exactly. Here it is.
Trump once again overnight testing the limits of the judges.
If it was televised, would you care? Fuck yes, I would.
That would be sick.
Oh my God, that'd be so sick.
Oh my God.
And it should be.
Gag order on the eve of a key hearing.
That jury was picked so fast. 95% Democrats. The area is mostly all Democrats.
Weighing in on the jury.
Didn't they release the media consumption of the jury from?
Because I have wanted to understand how people feel about this. Like, do you care? Do you think what happens in this trial matters?
I'm actually interested to hear what he says.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think it's just, gumming up the works, basically. It's just like annoying him, so I like it. I think it's funny. Hopefully there's some drama. The trial is ultimately meaningless.
Okay, good.
The punishments are also going to be meaningless.
Good, as long as we know.
We keep talking about Hamas when this is the real hostage. Exactly. Exactly. Here it is.
Trump once again overnight testing the limits of the judges.
If it was televised, would you care? Yes, I would.
That would be sick.
Oh my God, that'd be so sick.
Oh my God.
And it should be.
Gag order on the eve of a key hearing.
That jury was picked so fast. 95% Democrats. The area is mostly all Democrats.
Weighing in on the jury.
Didn't they release the media consumption of the jury from the juror pool? And there was a dude who gets his news from Trump, from Truth Social, on there. How is? That's why he says 95% Democrats. He's like 5% Patriots.
A potential witness and the prosecution in a radio interview.
They have people in the case that have some very serious problems with what they've done.
This as his defense team seeks to beat back allegations he's repeatedly violated the judge's gag order, which bars the former president from commenting on jurors, witnesses, and the DA's staff.
Wait, so did they hit him with that yet?
Alvin Bragg did submit a motion about him violating the gag order.
I think that was the conversation today. That was before the court proceedings. This is what they were talking.
Right?
Yeah. This is what they were talking about today. That's the whole story, is that okay. I mean, I don't even know what happened because I started streaming, but
I don't know what is literally happening right this moment or what happened today, but they put it on for today because they were going to hit him. I think it's like $1,000 for every violation, which is nothing.
He's got at least $1 million put aside.
Oh, this person said he didn't just get his news from Truth Social. He said, because he's an investment banker, I read basically everything. I'm on Twitter. I follow Truth Social posts from Trump on Twitter. I do follow Michael Cohen, Mueller, She Wrote, and some more. Yeah, he's just a regular old lib, okay? Still means that he's going on Truth Social, which in my opinion, if you're going on Truth Social, you're insane. You are definitely a Trump guy. Anyway.
If you value the truth.
Second day of testimony in Donald Trump's criminal hush money trial has wrapped up. David Pecker, ex-publisher of the National Enquirer, detailed 2015 agreement with Trump and Michael Cohen to try to kill negative stories about the former president and run negative stories about his political rivals. That's what they were talking about.
Morning, Mr. Trump will also face a key witness in this trial. David Pecker, publisher of the National Enquirer, back on the stand today, expected to help the state flesh out the timeline of an alleged criminal conspiracy to win the White House in 2016. Prosecutors telling the jury that Pecker met with Mr. Trump and his former fixer Michael Cohen at Trump Tower back in 2015. The trio concocting a plot to catch and kill damaging stories about Mr. Trump by paying people off and muzzling them with non-disclosure agreements.
Hello, how are you?
But it was the release of the Access Hollywood tape that motivated Mr. Trump to direct the payoff of Stormy Daniels.
Where is Billy
prosecutors
Bush
say,
nowadays?
because he was so concerned his standing with female voters was cratering.
I actually
And
think that
Daniels had
argument
threatened
hurts the prosecution. Like the tape, the Hollywood X-rated tape, right? Because they're making an argument. The way they're trying to make this misdemeanor a felony and make this have something to do with the election is that they're saying, oh, that he went to all of this trouble to hide the Stormy Daniels sex tape because it would have affected his reputation and how he would have performed in the 2016 election, and that he felt that way because of this tape. But that just, to me, the evidence of the Access Hollywood thing just proves that he had already had this reputation, that this kind of information was known about him prior to and during the time he was running, and that he still won. So I actually think it cuts against them.
Yeah, but I feel like there's still intent. Like, you can definitely prove intent, partially because he did openly state that he didn't want to pay Stormy Daniels until after the election, and then not at all, because it would be no longer relevant.
But that kind of him not wanting to pay her until after the election says that he believed he could survive it.
He was making an argument that, like, we can try to hold off on it until after the election, as in, like, you know, just keep feeding her the lie that we're going to pay her until after the election.
That's what Alvin Bragg and the DA's office wants you to think.
Yeah.
But the real patriots know the truth.
I actually think this, like, I don't care.
Because if that was the case, then he wouldn't pay her at all, right?
I think this is a bullshit case in general. Like I think that, again, I'm all for do whatever. I think the criminal system is weaponized against poor black and brown people every day. So if you want to, find a way to try and stick this guy where it hurts, although the fact alone that this, like, bullshit case of all the things Donald Trump has done is the only thing that they can, like, really pursue this and a couple other things really shows the fact that the criminal system in and of itself is not designed to go after people like Donald Trump. So I don't care, but just in actuality, this is a stupid fucking bullshit case.
Oh no, I agree. I agree with everything you said for sure.
My lawyer, my beautiful black queen. I love her very much.
Yeah, he should hire you. You guys should do some pro bono work for Trump.
I would honestly kill it, but I would be disowned, rightfully so, by everybody in my life, and they should. I would never do that, but I would kill it. Like, if I wanted to represent, oh my God, yeah.
You know who would defend you? Eric Adams.
Oh my God.
He'd be like, she's right. We don't agree on much, but she's defending the rule of law.
My mother would literally physically fight me. My mommy is a Nancy Pelosi establishment Democrat in her heart. She would beat my ass.
That's so funny. She'd
be so upset. Anytime I criticize like me criticizing any kind of Democrat, I said something about Fani Willis just a little for 1 second. My mommy's like, God damn it, Olayemi, stop your shit.
She's a Fanny defender.
My mommy is again establishment Democrat. Like, please Olayemi, God damn it. Like, she barely.
That's like Hassan.
Honestly, the best thing that could have ever happened was my mommy seeing, like, Eric Adams spin his back to me and, like, NYPD talking shit on Twitter. My mommy's, this is not a police act. And my mommy calling me, like, outraged. Like, this man should not be in a position of power. You see this sexist shit? I was like, I told you. When she saw the police harassing me, my mommy is the type to send me audio notes like, Olayemi, I'm not like you. I do not hate the police. She saw the police. On Twitter. She called me like, Olayemi, you in them people country? The police can do anything to you. I was like, oh, so you know that now. So now you know. I was too excited to get her to even be upset.
To go public with a story of sex with the former reality TV star, an encounter Mr. Trump denies. So Cohen paid Daniels $130,000 just before voters went to the polls.
I did it at the direction of and for the benefit of Donald J.
Can
Trump.
a man get some strange? I thought this was America. Not like China or whatever.
I don't even know why he paid her like anybody would care. Because
like the
allegations are that he had a consensual affair with her, right?
Yeah, it's because the one time. It's the one time that he was consensual. Yeah.
That time I remember, it was good.
Do you also hate Michael Cohen like Lolo because he's a snitch? And that's like, as a real lawyer would never turn on his client like that?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Would never turn on their client like that. What Alex like?
I don't know,
It
maybe.
might be for the wrong client. No, I'm indifferent. I would snitch on Donald Trump if I was him.
I'm just a hater.
Cohen
Although
through a
snitching
series of
probably don't help nobody, because what did they have? He had to turn over this shit, didn't he? They get all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he turned over everything.
Yeah, if he just
He's their star witness.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
checks. Prosecutors telling the jury Monday they agreed to cook the books on his business records, recording the payments as legal expenses. While the defense team told
It's gonna be funny though, because like his team is gonna be like, you can't trust him, folks. He's a criminal. He served a prison sentence. And it's like, yeah, for you. Like, what do you mean? For the crimes that he's talking about right now. It's so funny.
Well, you
That-
object to bringing that in. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah,
He
but
is a criminal. We're not going to say what the charges are. But
Yeah.
he's a criminal.
he's a criminal. Can't be trusted, folks.
the jury Cohen cannot be trusted. 34 counts
There
are
you go.
really just 34 pieces of paper.
It's a case as to bookkeeping, which is a very minor thing.
Now, back in court today, the judge will first take up these potential violations of the gag order. Prosecutors point to several that they say are
He's
intentional.
like, I've
asking
done
the
way worse crimes. I can't believe bookkeeping is what they got me on.
That's exactly how he
Would you
feels.
believe it?
judge to find Mr. Trump, and if he does
I
it
do hate
again,
when like the
asking
U.S.
for a more
again,
serious.
this criminal system does this. Like they want to get somebody on something and they can't. They don't have anything, so they go and go do bullshit that they know doesn't matter. And again, that's not saying it in this. This is an anomaly. The U.S. criminal system does not do this to rich, powerful white men.
Yeah.
So like, that's fine. Do
Not-
your thing.
Not only is it an anomaly, but like he did. I mean, although the laws that he violated are not I feel like not often prosecuted, especially because like you do have to be in a position of power to violate these laws anyway.
Yeah.
Sure.
So like you said, it's not, they're not going to hit normal people with that shit. So it's often not prosecuted. He did still technically violate the law.
Yeah.
So, and it pisses him off. So that's why I like it.
You sound like a nerd, though.
I mean, fine. I just, like I said, I like it because he gets annoyed,
It
and I
just-
think it's funny.
See, to me, let me tell you why I don't care for it, right? Like, anytime they do these, like, I feel like all these kind of fishing expeditions around Donald Trump are exactly that, to make, like, the Democrats feel like they're doing something, and the liberals, like my daddy and them, like, feel like there's hope. But that's all it really is. It's like, it's this performative circus that I would appreciate more if I thought it were going to hurt his chances at president, or, like, stop him from being able to do the things that hurt everybody. But I don't think it does. I think in this case, it makes his stupid ass base feel just as they're not stopping him from running for president. His stupid ass base is going to be just as galvanized, like, oh my God, this, and the fact that it's a stupid case, they're like, look how he's attacked, blah, 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 blah. I feel like it's only going to hype them up, and they're all going to go out to vote. Meanwhile, our side is like, oh, me, we have nobody at this election vote at all. So like, it's like, yeah, you're going to annoy him, but you might just annoy him into being president again.
I don't know. I feel like there is one avenue of weakness for Donald Trump amongst like the formerly Republican Party voters, and that is his like, that is the aesthetics. Like he is not civil.
Right.
And a lot of those suburban conservatives did end up voting for Brandon.
I kind of
So
think
this
those
just
days, to
like
be
kind of
honest.
reinforces their commitment.
I think there was a point where there were a lot of like the old Mitt Romney Republicans that were like, Jesus Christ, this looks crazy. Like, I feel like there was that when they were like, I don't want to be associated with like these MAGA Republicans and blah, 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 especially like the 2016 time and after that. But I think we've moved so far away from that the whole Republican Party has just kind of embraced crazy. Like, we got to be as right as possible, one band, one sound, beyond the foolishness. So, I mean, it hasn't stopped the guy from still being who's going to be their nominee. You know what I mean? So I think they're gonna be on board with him.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the margins. There's the base is unshakable no matter what. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But Biden is destroying Trump on educated white voters, educated white men specifically. Like it's insane. Trump won that voting block consistently. The Republicans win that voting block consistently. Biden currently in the polls is a 20% lead on him. It's like one of the only changes in the positive direction for the Democratic Party It's crazy. Yeah, college educated white men are like they've left the Republican Party. The age old adage that Chuck Schumer talked about with respect to Pennsylvania, where he said like every blue collar vote that we lose, we gain two in the suburbs. Like he was right. That technically was a realignment that the Democrats were desperately going after, and it did work. Not to say that it's a good thing. Obviously, this spells trouble both spiritually and more holistic fashion for like American politics in general. That's why you're seeing the Joe Biden wing of the Democratic Party openly advocating for white nativist immigration policies, which will genuinely have worse electoral outcomes for the Democratic Party in the long run, and also more importantly than that, will make America even more antagonistic towards migrants, undocumented immigrants, and just like anyone who they suspect is a migrant or an immigrant at all. So it's horrible. It's bad policy. It's bad politics. So of course, perfectly in line with what the Democratic Party does. But that is why they're doing it, because they think that they have they now have a new stronghold in the educated white suburban like high earner population, which is in most circumstances antagonistic to what the Democratic Party presents itself as. It's supposed to be like pro working class, pro minorities, things of that nature.
I love Mexicans.
Donald Trump is kind of cooking it with the Latino voter blocks as well. So
shame, but I'm not going to get into Latino community's business. I've suggested
Punishment
to them
while
in my
the-
Greg Abbott video that they hold a meeting.
The defense says he must be allowed to defend himself, and reposting something someone else says shouldn't count under this court's order, guys.
Well, that will be
That's
interesting.
crazy.
Meanwhile, not under a gag order
Retruthing.
and speaking freely is Michael Cohen, who was out with some pretty choice words, shall we say, for the former president. He's not under the gag order. I can't imagine prosecutors are too thrilled about this.
No, he's not under the gag order. In fact, only Mr. Trump is under the gag order. But Cohen, of course, is a key witness for them. So anything that he says right now, he can be cross-examined with at trial. And it just shows you all the baggage that he brings to this case.
I don't think we can repeat what he said.
I think we probably shouldn't.
In the tweet,
Yeah.
but fair to say it was
Wait, what was
directed
the
at
tweet?
Mr. Trump.
Yes, directly, and essentially goading him into testifying, saying he's so desperate.
they're hiding the truth. They don't want us to see what the tweet is. It's probably so good.